Sometimes the quietest love in your life is also the one that hurts the most, because it's the love you never say out loud, the love you swallow every single day, the love you carry alone while pretending you're fine. And maybe that's why you clicked on this video, because you know exactly what it feels like to love someone who has no idea how deeply they live in your heart. I want to take you into a place most people never talk about, that strange space between hope and heartbreak, where you care for someone so deeply, yet say nothing, where you replay conversations in your mind, wondering if they ever felt something too, where you convince yourself that silence is safer than losing them, even though the silence is already breaking you. I know that kind of love because I've lived it, the kind where every laugh they share with you feels like a small victory, and every distance feels like a quiet death, the kind where you memorize their voice without trying, where you notice their mood before they say a word, where you hold pieces of them they don't even know they've given you, and yet you stay silent, terrified that speaking your truth might destroy the only connection you have with them. What people don't understand is that loving in silence is not weakness. It's emotional self-protection. It's fear mixed with longing. It's attachment mixed with restraint. It's caring so deeply that you don't want to risk losing the little bit of them you already have. And even though it hurts, a small part of you still believes that maybe one day they'll notice you the way you've noticed them all along. Silent love is built on hope, but it's also built on fear. Fear that they don't feel the same. Fear that you'll ruin the friendship. Fear that you're not enough for them. Fear that the moment you confess your feelings, you'll watch their expression change into something you never wanted to see. And because of that fear, you stay quiet. You stay careful. You stay hidden. But the truth is, silent love always starts somewhere small. Maybe it began with how safe they made you feel without even trying, or how their presence calmed you on days you didn't think you could keep going. Maybe it was the way they listened to you, really listened, without judgment, without rushing you, without making you feel like a burden. And in those moments, you felt understood in a way you hadn't felt in years. And that's when your heart quietly decided, this person feels like home. You didn't plan to fall for them. You didn't plan to care this much. You didn't plan to build a whole emotional world around someone who might not even see you in the same light. But feelings don't ask permission. They grow where they're fed. And this person fed your heart with consistency, kindness, attention, and warmth, even if they didn't know it. And so your love grew in silence, hidden behind casual smiles and controlled eye contact, hidden behind late-night thoughts and imaginary scenarios, hidden behind the way your heart sped up when they said your name, hidden behind every moment you wanted to say something but stopped yourself, because deep down you felt that your silence was the only way to protect yourself from the pain of rejection. But here is the psychology behind all of this. The reason silent love feels so heavy, your mind attaches to potential more than reality. It holds on to what could happen instead of what is happening. It keeps you in a loop of maybes. Maybe they like you back. Maybe they just don't know how to show it. Maybe they're waiting for the right moment. Maybe they're scared too. And those maybes become your emotional oxygen, keeping your hope alive even when nothing is actually moving forward. Silent love also triggers something called emotional displacement, where all the affection you've been holding inside has nowhere to go. So it builds up, it intensifies, it grows stronger simply because it's trapped. And the more you suppress it, the more powerful it becomes, until you start convincing yourself that this person is the only one who will ever understand you this deeply, even if they don't actually know how you feel. You fall harder because everything is happening inside your own mind. Your imagination fills in the blanks. You create an emotional bond with them that feels real, because internally, it is. And that's why it hurts so much. You're carrying all the weight alone. They're a part of your world, but you're not yet a part of theirs. And there's another painful truth. Sometimes you stay silent because you know deep down that if you spoke your truth, the answer might break you. So you choose uncertainty over rejection. You choose the fantasy over the possibility of losing them. You choose emotional limbo because, in a strange way, it still feels better than emotional collapse. But here's the part no one tells you. Loving someone in silence changes you. It makes you more sensitive, more aware, more emotional. It makes you read between the lines in every interaction. It makes you hold your breath during small moments that mean everything to you and nothing to them. It makes you create meaning in places where there may be none. And because of that, you become attached to crumbs of affection. You treasure every small moment as if it was intentional. Even if it wasn't, silent love also drains you slowly. Not all at once, but through tiny heartbreaks that accumulate over time. The moment they talk about someone else they like. The moment they cancel plans. The moment they seem distant. The moment they treat you like everyone else. The moment they forget something that mattered to you. The moment you realize you're giving them the entire world while they don't even know they're holding it. But here's something you need to understand for your own healing. Your silence is protecting you, but it's also imprisoning you. Your heart deserves to be heard. Your love deserves to breathe. Your emotions deserve space. Because when you keep everything inside, you're not preventing pain, you're prolonging it. The psychology of loving someone in silence is rooted deeply in fear of loss, fear of unreciprocated feelings, fear of vulnerability, fear of disrupting the comfort of the connection. But it's also rooted in something so human, the desire to protect yourself from heartbreak, while still staying close to the person who makes your heart feel alive. You're not wrong for loving quietly. You're not dramatic. You're not naive. You're human, and humans fall for people in complicated ways, sometimes in hidden ways, sometimes in ways they don't even understand themselves. Love is not logical, it's emotional, it's unpredictable, it's messy, and yours just happens to be silent. But here's the truth you need to hear. You don't deserve to love in the shadows. You don't deserve to hold in your feelings until they become heavy. You don't deserve to shrink your heart because you're scared of losing someone who might not even be meant for you. What you deserve is someone who chooses you openly, someone who meets your love with their own, someone who sees you clearly without needing to read between the lines. Silent love is powerful, but it's also painful, and eventually you'll reach a point where you'll have to choose between holding on quietly or letting go gently, between waiting for them or healing for yourself, between staying silent or finally speaking your truth. Not because you expect a certain answer, but because you finally understand that your heart deserves honesty, even if the outcome is uncertain. And when that moment comes, you'll realize something important. The courage it takes to love someone quietly is the same courage that will one day help you love someone openly. Someone who doesn't make you hide your feelings, someone who doesn't make you question your worth, someone who chooses you without hesitation, someone who makes your love feel safe instead of silent. Until then, be gentle with yourself. Silent love is still love, and your heart is still worthy, even in the quiet. If you and I are anything alike, and you want to keep walking this path with me, then subscribe.